Here is the story you were meant to hear, the one that whispers in the back of your mind during your quietest moments, just as sleep begins to claim you, or in the solitary stillness of an early morning. This is not some fleeting distraction, some transient entertainment to be consumed and forgotten. This isn't just another collection of words, it's a map. It's a compass needle, vibrating with an unseen energy, pointing toward a magnetic north you have always felt but never dared to name. It is the unspoken truth you feel in your gut, a visceral, undeniable pang when you see someone else living the life you dream of, the success, the freedom, the impact, the joy. And in that moment, a voice inside you, a ghost of the person you could be, asks a question so piercing it steals your breath. Why not me? You are standing at a crossroads right now, at this very second, even if the scenery looks deceptively familiar. This is a fulcrum point in your existence. One path leads back to the comfortable, the predictable, the well-trodden world you already know. It is a path paved with good intentions and lined with the soft cushions of routine. It whispers seductive promises of safety, of security, of an absence of struggle. It is the warm blanket of mediocrity, and it will slowly, gently smother the fire in your soul until only faint embers remain. The other path, the one we are about to walk together, is not a gentle slope. It leads directly through the fire. It is a path of challenge that will test the very fiber of your being, a path of pain that will strip you of your illusions, and ultimately a path of breathtaking, glorious transformation that will forge you into something new, something stronger, something real. This journey is not for the faint of heart or the casually curious. It demands a toll. So if you are truly content with how things are, if the quiet ache of unfulfilled potential is a price you are willing to pay for comfort, then I implore you, turn back now. Close this page, forget these words, and return to the gentle slumber. But if you have ever felt even a single defiant spark of hunger for more, if you harbor a nagging, persistent suspicion that you are capable of a greatness you haven't yet dared to unleash, if that question, why not me, echoes in your spirit, not as a lament but as a challenge, then you cannot afford to miss what comes next. This is your moment, your crucible, your awakening. Do not let it slip away. Osprey, the unvarnished truth of the arena. Let's get one thing straight, right here and now, before we take another step. The world you've been sold, the one propagated in sanitized stories and filtered social media feeds, the one filled with sunshine and rainbows and the promise of effortless victory, is a fantasy. It is a carefully constructed, comforting lie we tell children to shield them from a starker reality. The truth, unvarnished and unapologetic, is that this world is a mean, vicious, and unforgiving arena. It is a coliseum of relentless struggle. It does not care how tough you think you are, how brilliant your intellect is, or how pure and noble your intentions are. The arena is indifferent. Life, when it decides to, will hit you with a force that can shatter your spirit into a million pieces. It will strike with the suddenness of a lightning bolt, a diagnosis, a betrayal, a market crash, a project failure, a relationship's end. It will knock you to your knees, gasping, disoriented. And if you let it, if you surrender to the shock and the pain, it will hold you down in the mud permanently. Nobody, not you, not me, not the strongest, most successful person you've ever known or admired, can hit as hard as life itself. The greatest champions, the titans of industry, the revered artists, the world-class athletes, they all carry the scars of their battles with life. They have all been bloodied. They have all been brought low. The illusion is that they are untouched. The reality is that they are masters of recovery. But here is the secret, the fundamental axiom that changes the entire game. The contest isn't about how hard you can punch. It has never been about that. The power you can exert, the force you can project outward, is secondary. The true measure of a champion, the defining characteristic of anyone who has ever achieved anything of worth, is how hard you can get punched and keep moving forward. It's about how much you can endure when everything inside you screams for you to quit. It's about how many times you can be knocked down, your face in the dirt, bloodied and gasping for air, your vision blurred by tears and sweat, and still find the will to plant your hands, push yourself up, and crawl back to your feet. That is how winning is done. It is not found in the gift. It is forged in the grit. It's not in the talent you were born with, but in the tenacity you cultivate. It's about absorbing the blows, the criticism, the rejection, the failure, the heartache, one after another, feeling the full impact of each one, and still having the staggering courage to take one more step, and then another, and another after that. This is the brutal calculus of progress. You don't outrun the storm, you learn to walk through it, one agonizing, defiant step at a time. Not just the inches we need. Victory and failure are not separated by a vast canyon. They are separated by a razor's edge. The chasm between the life you have and the life you want is not miles wide. It is a matter of inches. The difference is so small it's almost invisible to the undiscerning eye. It's the half step you take just a little too early, arriving before the opportunity has fully materialized. It's the half second you react just a little too late, and the window of possibility slams shut, gone forever. It's the extra breath you didn't take before the final lift, the one more research article you didn't read, the one more push-up you didn't do. It is the single, solitary degree that separates hot water from steam, a state of passivity from a state of immense power. The inches we need to succeed are scattered all around us, embedded in every single moment of our existence. They are in every break in the action, every minute of every day, every tick of the clock. They are hidden in plain sight. They are in the decision to get up when the alarm clock screams at 5 a.m. instead of surrendering to the siren song of the snooze button. That's an inch. They are in the choice to read a book that will expand your mind for 30 minutes instead of scrolling aimlessly through the highlight reels of other people's lives. That's an inch. They are in the courage to make the uncomfortable phone call, to have the difficult conversation, to apologize when you're wrong, to ask for help when you're lost. Those are the hardest fought inches of all. Life is a game of inches. So is success. The grand sweeping victory is a myth. Victory is the culmination of 1,000 tiny, unglamorous, often brutal battles for those inches. On this team, in this life, we fight for that inch. On this team, we tear ourselves and everyone around us to pieces for that inch. We claw with our fingernails for that inch. Because we know that when we add up all those inches, that's going to make the fucking difference between winning and losing, between living and dying. The person who is willing to fight, bleed, and claw for every single one of them, the one who understands that there are no insignificant moments, is the person who will ultimately stand victorious on the field, battered and exhausted, but triumphant. The inches are there for the taking. The question is, are you willing to bleed for them? Of the price of a dream. When you have a dream, not a whim, not a fleeting fancy, but a real, burning, all-consuming dream, it becomes the most precious and fragile thing you own. It is a flickering flame in the center of your soul, and you have a sacred duty to protect it. You must become its guardian, its warrior, its champion, because the moment you give voice to it, the moment you begin to act on it, the assault will begin. And it will come from the most unexpected of places. People who have given up on their own ambitions, who have made peace with their own quiet desperation, will often be the first to tell you that yours is impossible, because they couldn't do it, because they were too afraid to try, or because they tried and failed. They will try to convince you that you can't either. They will wrap their advice in the guise of being realistic or just trying to protect you from disappointment. But what they are really doing is projecting their fears, their failures, and their self-imposed limitations onto you. Your ambition is a mirror that reflects their own abdication, and that is an uncomfortable sight. Misery doesn't just love company, it demands it. Do not listen. You must build a fortress around your dream. Your dream is yours alone. It was given to you for a reason. If you want something in this life, you have to go out and get it. Period. It will not be handed to you. There is no entitlement program for greatness. Don't be afraid of the possibility of failure. That is simply part of the process. A tuition you pay for your education in the arena. Be utterly bone-chillingly terrified of the certainty of regret. Be terrified of arriving at the end of your days, a ghost in your own life, haunted by the specter of the person you could have become, whispering, "What if?" But you can't win every single time. You will stumble. You will make mistakes. You will look like a fool. But you must never, ever be afraid to make a decision, to take a calculated risk, to bet on yourself. You have to believe with every fiber of your being, even on the days when belief is hardest to find, that something different, something better, something extraordinary is possible for you. The person who says they can and the person who says they can't are both usually right. Their belief becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. The only question that matters right now and every moment after is which one will you be? What's the hunger for more? So many people say they want to be successful. They say they want to be great. They post motivational quotes and talk a good game, but their actions tell a different, more honest story. They don't truly want it. They just kinda want it. They want it about as much as they want to go to a party on a Friday night. It would be nice, but it's not essential. They want it about as much as they want to look cool in front of their friends. Most people, if they were brutally honest, don't want success as much as they desperately want to sleep in on a cold morning. Their desire is a preference, not a necessity. The truth is, your desire has to be all-consuming. It cannot be one of many priorities. It must become the priority. It has to be more important than your comfort, more important than your leisure, more important than your fear of judgment. You have to want to succeed as badly as you want to breathe. Imagine someone is holding your head underwater. What do you think about? Do you think about the party last night? Do you think about what's on TV? Do you think about your phone? No. You think about one thing and one thing only: air. Every cell in your body screams for it. It is a primal, non-negotiable, all-encompassing need. Only when you reach that point with your goal, where giving up is not an option because it's as unthinkable as choosing to stop breathing, will you find the fuel to push through the exhaustion, the pain, the loneliness, and the doubt. When you want to succeed as badly as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. This level of hunger demands sacrifice. It means you must be willing to trade who you are now for who you could become. It means saying no to the good in order to say yes to the best. It means late nights when your friends are out having fun. It means early mornings when the world is asleep. It means studying while others are being entertained. It means facing your weaknesses head on while others hide from theirs. It means being misunderstood. It means being lonely. This is the price of ambition, and you must be hungry enough to pay it, day in and day out, without complaint. Purpose, the fear of your own. Light? This may be the most profound paradox of the human condition. We believe our primary battle is with our inadequacy, with our shadows, with the darkness within. But what if that's not the whole story? What if our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate? Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is not our darkness, but our light that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, in moments of quiet introspection, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? We see the glimmer of our own potential and we shrink back from it, terrified. We think it's humility, but it is a profound form of self-betrayal. The real question is, who are you not to be? You are a child of the universe. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you, hiding your talents, dimming your light, muffling your voice. This is not an act of kindness to others. It is an act of violence to your own soul. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Your courage to step into your brilliance creates a ripple effect. It's a beacon. So you must dig deep down inside yourself, past the layers of social conditioning and self-doubt, and ask the hard question, who do you want to become? Figure out what truly sets your soul on fire, what makes you come alive, no matter how crazy or impractical it might seem to everyone else. And then you must make a choice. Just decide. Decide what it's going to be, who you're going to be, and how you're going to do it. Stop asking for permission to be magnificent. Donas, the power of a single decision. Why not you? I ask you again. Look in the mirror and ask that person, why shouldn't you be the most valuable player in your field? Why can't you be the best mother, the best father, the best artist, the best entrepreneur, the best at what you do? Give me one good, legitimate reason. You will find that there is none. The only limits that truly exist are the ones you place on yourself. The bars of your cage are an illusion forged from the metal of your own excuses and fears. It is time to rise up. Rise up from the ashes of your past failures. Rise up from the suffocating fog of doubt. Rise up from the insidious chorus of voices, both internal and external, that say you can't, you shouldn't, you aren't enough. Never ever surrender your agency. We can stay down here in the darkness, crawling in the mud, tearing each other apart for scraps of validation and security, or we can fight our way back into the light. We can climb out of hell 1 inch at a time. This climb requires a profound sacrifice, the ultimate trait. You must be willing at any given moment to sacrifice who you are for who you are capable of becoming. You must let the old you die, the you that makes excuses, the you that procrastinates, the you that seeks comfort over growth. It is a daily crucifixion of your lesser self. And when the pain comes, as it surely will, do not cry to quit. You're already in pain. You're already hurt from a life lived at half-mast. Get a reward from it. Transform the pain of discipline into the price of achievement. If you know what you're worth, then go out and get what you're worth. But you have to be willing to take the hits. And you must stop pointing fingers, saying you aren't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. That is the path of the victim. Cowards do that, and that's not you. You're better than that. Take ownership. Radical, absolute ownership. Your life is your responsibility. The moment you accept this is the moment you reclaim your power. Damaj, the kingdom within. Every day is a new day. Every moment is a new moment. The person you were yesterday does not have to define the person you are today. The past has no power over the present moment unless you give it that power. You have the ability right now to step out and show the world, and more importantly, to show yourself that you are a new breed, governed by new laws, driven by a new purpose. The potential for godliness, for greatness, for transcendence is not sequestered in one special person or a chosen group of people. It is in all people. It is inside you. You, the people, have the power to create machines, the power to create happiness. You, the people, have the power to create joy, to create freedom and beauty, to make this life a magnificent, heroic adventure. The kingdom of God is within man, not one man nor a group of men, but in all men, in you. So what are you going to do with that power? What will you build within the kingdom of your own mind? Remember that limits, just like fears, are often nothing more than an illusion. They are stories we tell ourselves, narratives we have inherited and accepted without question. They feel real, they feel solid, but they are smoke. Today you can start writing a new story, a story of resilience, a story of courage, a story of power. The pen is in your hand. The blank page of this very moment awaits your new declaration. The power to create your reality is and always has been in your hands. You are the sculptor and your life is the marble. You can leave the block rough and unformed, or you can chip away everything that is not your masterpiece. The choice is yours. It has always been yours. Now go and show them how great you are. No, forget them. Go and show yourself.